like to...
Nope, you're weird. I think we really wanted to start this podcast off with a couple cool topics and easy ones. Mm-hmm. Neither of us are familiar with podcasting.
Yeah, we know how to make them, don't know how to be in them.
Exactly. Something I wanted to share is a couple of the photography and videography industries and styles maybe that we really enjoy. For example, I work a lot in the local music scene and I absolutely love it. I love concert photography. I love performance videography. I love all of it, everything about it, band photos. I don't do a lot of actual stationary band and musician photo shoots. I have done a handful with the same couple musicians, but I would say of all of the music things I do, actual photo shoots are kind of at the lower end as far as less often. I do a lot of performance specific things, shows, photos and videos, performance recaps, acoustic recordings, video for that. And then I just started dabbling in various types of music videos. Love all of that. I've always wanted to do something sports related. I went through a big phase where I wanted to shoot hockey. I still think shooting hockey would be so fun of all the sports. I think that would make my day. But I don't have a lot of experience, almost no experience in shooting sports. So getting my foot in the door in those realms hasn't been super easy. And as much as you would think the music performance stuff would be similar to sports because they're both fast paced, no.
It's a totally different type of fast pace.
It doesn't help you cross over. So when I did get the opportunity to shoot for a drift event or for a driver specifically in a drift event and cross into not sports but motorsport, I was really, really excited and I absolutely love it. I've had so much fun since I started getting into that. The drift community specifically, super cool to be a small part of and like really kind of come up into. I love everybody I've met in that area and I really, really love shooting at the track, especially because I grew up at going to the track. I think I've told you this before. My granddad raced the whole part of my life that I knew him and he was really great at it. He was well known in the small area that we lived, but we spent every weekend at the track. So being able to be a part of that really connected me to a part of my childhood and where I come from that I actually enjoyed. So those two types of industries are special to me and I absolutely love.
I think that I do share one with you, and that's the music, because I don't know, growing up I like play guitar. And I was like in bands and cover bands, and I still love to play, but I'm not in a band or do anything.
Cue that old music video you showed me of your band back in the day.
Please don't.
It's like a homemade, it looks like it was shot on one of those Samsungs.
It was absolutely shot on a flip.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that.
It
was with my
like.
friend Alex.
Yeah.
And I'll definitely am going to tag him in this. And he'll probably wish I never did. But it wasn't a band I was in. It was when YouTube started. The big thing YouTube was covers, and I think we did a Lady Gaga song. And at the time, we thought we were really doing something. Like, we were like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Low key, that video is like the vibe I go for in all my videos. That like you feel like you're watching it on a VCR tape.
Yeah, but this was actually probably because it was on a VCR tape. But that's like a core memory of me and him doing that. And like, we didn't know what we were doing. We were just having fun and doing this thing. And the girl that sang on the song, she was in Australia. If for some reason you watch it, please know that was like 12 years ago and we were learning, but we were having fun. But go back to what we were talking about.
You actually shot it last week.
I should have never showed you that. But that is, like I said, a core memory, and I have fun doing it. And that kind of was during the spark of me getting into audio and video. Every time I shoot music, even before I start doing stuff with Samantha, come home from shooting like video, and I'm like, man, I wish I was cool. I wish I could play. But some music is a big one to me, and the style of music that I like to do is more of like the planned out music video type or concept stuff. I've shot live stuff and I like doing that too, but it's just not conducive for my lifestyle of being a dad. But anything music related, I really enjoy, and I always have. I've been lucky to work with some really cool people and come up with some really cool ideas with them. And anything that, you know, going back to like what do I like to shoot, anything that I can build something for, build a rig for, build this, take plexiglass and like shoot through it, and just anything that I can do that kind of stuff where I've always liked, because I guess I do like working with my hands. And yeah, so that kind of sums up what I enjoy.
What's it? You spend most of your time doing corporate stuff. We've just started doing live streams.
Well, I've done live streams for a while. During COVID, one of the things that we did was me and William Seymour and Rebecca Todd, we had this thing called Live from the Hangar, and that was combining the local music. And I was like, let's try to live stream this thing. And it was called Live from the Hangar, so it was in an airplane hangar with an airplane in the background. And that was my first taste of like, let's combine the music stuff and the live streaming and see what we could come up with. And it was a lot of fun. I would love to do that again.
What's your least favorite thing to shoot?
Oh, that would be a touchy.
I hate shooting weddings. I hate love. Just kidding. Just kidding.
No, you're not.
I really don't like to shoot weddings. And when people hear that, they're not surprised.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you seem like a bundle of joy.
Here's why.
Of love. All right.
Here's why I don't like to shoot weddings. It's not because I don't like love. I actually love love, okay? What are my favorite movies? Rom-coms. I've said that before. I love solid B-movie rom-coms. Yeah. I love other people's love. That's not why I don't like to shoot weddings. The reason I don't like to is because it is such an important day. It is, in some people's opinion, the most important day of these people's lives. The overwhelming amount of stress and anxiety that I would mess something up, not get something, or just not do a good enough job, like to do that day justice and give the couple what they want. I know that type of work is where the money is. Yeah. But the amount of stress I would put on myself to do what, in my opinion, would be good enough for a day that important, I can't. It takes all the fun and creativity out of it for me.
Totally get it. And I'm not going to say I don't like shooting weddings, but I don't like editing weddings for the same reason you just said. I feel like because I can cover a wedding. I've got that. I've done it a lot. I can edit it, but I never feel like this is the beautiful masterpiece that is representing their love. And it's totally a me thing. Mm-hmm. Just like I bet that you could cover a wedding and get all this stuff. It's in your head. But is it uncomfortable?
But the torment that I put myself through is what makes it not worth it. Logically, I know I'm capable. Yeah. Logically, I know that I could and know how to do what I would need to do. Mm-hmm. But the stress and anxiety that I would put on myself because of the mere thought that maybe I wouldn't do it good enough, well enough for a day that's so important, it just, to me, isn't worth it. It would make me not want to pick up a camera. That's why I've second shot a couple weddings, and I haven't ever had like a bad experience around that. I just know that that's not where I would happily make a living as a creative. It's just, I would put way too much stress on myself that I wouldn't be able to actually do anything.
100% get that.
Yeah.
It's tough, especially like when you get a rundown of a wedding. And it's like, this needs to happen, and this, and then this, and then this. And if that doesn't happen, then we don't get it. And oh my God, did you have the audio recording when they were doing the vows? Oh no, it started raining, so you got to move on. It's tough. So
yeah, I mean, I've second shot video for one, and the communication between the photographer and the video, it wasn't very good in this particular wedding. And us on video missed the father's first look. Like, weren't even there for it because of, it was just the complete lack of communication. We were told to wait in a spot, and they were coming, and then they forgot that we were waiting on them and rushed the father out for the first look and took the photos. Yep. And by the time we went looking and came around, it was over. And that's just not like something that you can recreate. It happens. There's no malice in it. It happens sometimes. But that kind of stress, like, because it's just, there's so many moments at a wedding that you cannot recreate. Yep. You have one opportunity, and sometimes it is your fault, and sometimes it isn't your fault when you miss it. And it's just like, I could not handle that kind of anxiety as far as creating.
When I take on a wedding, I only do it if I'm doing it with Chad. Mm-hmm. I'm working for him that day. Yeah. Videographer and photographer should definitely be communicating, because you're
working together.
We don't want to make the couple do stuff twice. We more want to make this a seamless process. And also, like what you said, where they sneak off with the photographer, and then the video people are like, where's the couple at? And
or vice versa.
Yeah. So communication is key, and then communication with the wedding planner is another big thing. If you have a crappy wedding planner, it's almost worse than not even have one at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's just so many moving parts, so many really important things that go into a wedding. helping someone shoot one, fine.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's not all on me, but that's why I specifically do not do that as a service I offer. Most of your typical things photographers and videographers cover, weddings,
senior portraits,
any portraits,
graduation,
family portraits, any of the happy stuff. I don't do any of that. I don't feel confident in my ability to pose people for photos. So this is why I like to photograph and record people like doing something they enjoy where it's natural, and I'm good at finding the angles and to make something, what they're doing, into a good photo and an interesting photo.
Have you ever been trying to, and I say this out of experience because I've done it, you're posing somebody and you're like, oh, look this way, oh, look that way, and like nothing's looking great.
Yeah,
that's what you're trying to stay out of.
I keep snapping the photo and then I move them on to another, and I just don't use those.
Yeah.
I take a lot of bad photos. I take a lot of good photos, kind of move on from whatever pose it is. And I just kind of learn from whatever it is. Sometimes even I feel like a style that you're looking to achieve, there are some people that can't pose themselves in those ways because it doesn't feel natural to them, or their brain doesn't wrap around what you're actually looking for. Or I can't communicate what my brain is thinking to that person properly. I will do portrait photo shoots that are passion projects or something that I want to try and I want to do, and they're with a friend that I can just like go, and if I like none of the photos, it doesn't matter. If I like them all, yay, I learned something, and B, I got to be creative and whatever. But as far as taking money to do them, stuff like that, it's not a service I offer because I don't feel confident in my ability. I'm like a firm believer in not taking money from people for something I don't feel confident in.
And they're like, when I get people that ask me to do stuff, unless they're friends, like if I have a friend, like somebody I know that's like, hey, can you take pictures at my baby shower or something? And this is somebody that I'm close to, I'll do it. But most of the time I direct them to somebody that I know is really awesome at that particular thing. Same goes family photos. I get stuff about, hey, can you shoot photos at my wedding? I don't do that, but here's somebody that specializes in it and is really good.
My best friend, I did maternity photos, newborn photos. I took photos at her baby shower. She's the only person that I will do that for. And she's really gracious in not always tagging me when she posts the photos. Oh. And that's by request.
Okay.
That is by request. She asks me, do you want to be tagged? She knows that I don't want people hitting me up for maternity photos and
because you become that
newborn
person.
Photos or anything. I did it for her because I love her and I love her baby, and I was happy to do it, but I don't want to be sought out for it. So she knows not to.
She knows the deal.
Yeah, she knows the deal. She gets it. So that's another reason I like doing that stuff for her, because I did have a lot of fun doing those photo shoots. And any photo shoot she ever needs, I'll be there.
Yeah, I treat it like a gift. Like,
yes, exactly.
And I'll go ahead and tell Kat, if you're watching this, she knows that it's a special occasion to get me to take those style of photos, but she appreciates it. Exactly. And I joke with her, I'm like, that's your gift. That's Lainey's gift.
Yeah.
I wish I was better at posing too. I suck at it. I can pull it off, but
that's my weakness.
Yeah. Song of the week. You go first.
Okay. My song of the week this week is
One question for you. Are you the type of person that can listen to the same song over and over and over and over again, like same day?
Yeah, 100%. Okay, all my favorite songs I listen to multiple times anytime they come on.
Yeah. If you're driving somewhere and you're listening to your song and you're using your GPS, and if the GPS comes up right when the good part of the song happens, do you start the song over?
I did that today.
Good. That's what I need to know. Mm-hmm. Song of the week. You go first.
Okay. My song of the week this week is Homesick by Noah Kahan. And I love the entire Noah Kahan album, front to back, cover to cover, side A to side B, all of it. Love it. Okay. It's one of the only albums I love every song, the whole thing. Lately, I've been just inhaling the song Homesick, just completely stewing in it. I feel like the song's really not about being actually homesick. To me, it's every single reason I left where I grew up.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of talking about kind of like going nowhere in your hometown.
Yeah.
And like that being motivation to leave. And like, I mean, it sounds great. The song's great. But like that, it really resonates with that aspect of myself, which is why I love that song.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what mine is? And this is funny. Mine is Car Sick by Kay Flay.
Is that the song you've been like obsessing over,
making you listen to. Yeah, that's
it's not a bad song.
It's
two
not,
very different songs.
It is, and my reason, not as deep as yours, but it's more like I heard it and I'm like, man, that would be an awesome song for a video, because it's got a huge chorus when it comes in.
Yeah.
It's a huge chorus, and I love her voice. I love I don't know, makes me feel, and the lyrics are pretty cool too.
You have said you've pictured making a video to that song.
Yeah, but that's my song of the week.
Are you someone that you see songs in videos?
Absolutely.
Me too.
Absolutely. Even from before I was into video stuff and I was just in the music, it's the most stereotypical thing. But like when you're 14 and you're looking out the window of a car and listen to a song on your headphones and you're like, this could be a music video. You don't think that, this could be music. You're like, man, this is feeling that I'm feeling right now.
In video scenes, even like for like the longest time, but even when I was just doing photography, I would picture like the songs that, as like musicians I was working with would come out with new songs. I would picture it in video, like just picture the video in my head. Yeah. And I mean, I wasn't making music videos then, but
I think that is something that it happens to you, and then you start doing stuff like either shooting a stylized photo shoot with that, or actually doing a music video yourself, and you're able to put these ideas that you hear into visuals. And that's like the funnest part of doing a music video is number one, working with an artist, and number two is like collabing, and you're doing these things that are in your head and making them come to life.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we'll have them linked in our 13 Between Takes Spotify playlist, so anybody can listen to our songs of the week.
And hopefully we could build up a really cool playlist after a few episodes.
It's going to be a all over the place playlist, but I think those are the best ones.